I am Aaron Skeen. I own Rosetta Coffee Company here in Lynchburg, and we've been in business about 15 years now. We started in a popcorn popper in my house because I couldn't find great coffee in Lynchburg. So we started making coffee and just got better at it. And then we went and bought a coffee roaster from a cafe that was going out of business in West Virginia and put it on a trailer. And it started out in the middle of my house. And we sold a little bit, and then we realized that we needed to grow. And so we renovated a space on Kemper Street. We were there for 10 years or so. And then we bought the building we're in now and renovated that and did most of the work ourselves, So we just began roasting. We've always focused on really fresh products, roasting to order, not really stocking anything, and ordering from places where we could connect with farmers as much as we could. As we got into it, we realized that coffee was huge, second next to oil as far as dollars traded, and that with a small increase in the cost of the coffee and a little bit of offset in our profits, we could make significant difference in the coffee growers' lives. So we pay a little more for coffee. We never pay less than fair trade, ever, not even close. And really what turned out to be the important thing is sharing knowledge among the farms that we work with. We went and visited this amazing farm in India, and the lady who owns the farm was willing to share knowledge, and we've been using that information and her knowledge to try to grow people's relationships and improve their farming. She's an amazing lady. What it comes down to for me is that moment that we get to share with people, or we get to provide a product to people that where they take that first sip of coffee in the morning, and it's that moment when you're like, this is really awesome, and it gets to be a part of people's days, and we get to geek out about it. We really get into the details about how to make coffee that people love, not coffee that we think necessarily is what people should love, but coffee that we listen to our customers. Coffee is a dynamic thing. It changes. It's like any crop. And so we joined a program called Cup of Excellence and got to try the top coffees out of a country. And it really opened our eyes up to the fact that we could get amazing raw materials and then carefully vet them and produce roast profiles that would produce an amazing coffee. We recently got into K-Cups. We're supporting another company where we're filling K-Cups for people. And I have pushed back against that for years and years because we've been doing small batch micro lot coffees, whole bean only. And so I started probably 2 years ago looking for something that wouldn't add to the burden in the landfill, that was at a minimum recyclable, and that allowed us to produce great K-Cups. What we found was this innovator out on the West Coast who had changed the way that they were approaching K-Cups. Normally you have to let coffee go stale before you put it in a sealed cup because coffee off-gases and the cups explode if you don't do that. But this innovator basically produced a cup with a leak path that allowed the gas to bubble out without oxygen getting back in. And we've seen an incredible response to that. So people are stoked about the fact that they're 100% recyclable. They're stoked about the fact that they're fresh. And for most people, I had an importer come in the other day and he's like, it's a K-Cup, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why don't you try your coffee in a K-Cup? And so we cupped it blind with a French press in it, and we could pick it out, but it was way better than a traditional K-Cup. So I'm excited about that. I think it's a cool opportunity. It's another one of those things where we're trying to meet people where they are in their daily coffee drinking and their journey. And so it's been really good and really positive. We've seen a ton of interest in the K-Cup. The goal still being to have an amazing cup of coffee first thing.